and welcome to another episode of Kill James Bond. I am Abigail Thorne. I'm joined as always by my friend Devon and special guest Milo Edwards.
Hello. Yes,
and
lovely to be back.
No November this time.
We're rudderless.
We are. I'm in the big chair. I'm in the captain's chair on this one because November has been forced out of her home in Glasgow at the last minute by a gas leak.
By friend of the show, Gas.
Former friend of the show, now enemy of the show, Gas.
Yeah. Which I would have thought would have improved the podcast. You know, I feel like a gas leak energy is exactly what you want to bring. Yeah.
Yeah, especially about this movie, which...
Yeah, this was made in a gas leak, I feel like, yeah.
You're going to be astonished by my doctor and the pair of you, because not only do I believe that this film is good, I think it's better than the original. We are watching the 2003 American remake of The Italian Job.
Oh yeah,
that can't be true.
It is.
I guess I didn't like the original, so this shouldn't be hard for me to stomach. But
I believe this to be a better film than the original. But they remade it in 2003. It was directed by a man named F. Gary Gray, who before this did a bunch of music videos for Dr. Dre and for Ice Cube. He's since gone on to be an extremely successful director. He did Men in Black International and also the 8th Fast and Furious movie. And Milo, I can now reveal the guy who directed this also directed the 2024 Netflix Kevin Hart vehicle Lift.
Fuck.
Yes.
Yes.
Now we're getting into intertextuality here.
That's a heist.
I didn't realize he was an artist.
Yeah,
okay.
we're in safe hands here.
He had a vision, an authorial vision.
So he just does heists, really.
He
also did Set It Off, which is another heist movie that we're going to do at some point.
This is a director we're going to be coming back to again and again.
Yeah, he's Mr. Heist.
Yeah,
we're
he
in
is.
the grey zone.
We are. That sounds bad. Wait, that it is bad. That's that website that libeled me.
It's a reference I was making.
Yeah. Let's not go there. Let's not. But anyway, we start in Venice, which is not Turin, but is in Italy.
Close enough for Americans. Pretty close.
That'll do.
Yeah. Same country. And immediately, listeners, we have to ask the question: have you seen Ocean's 11? Because that came out a couple of years before this.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah, which is why I think the movie opening is like this, and why the rest of the movie is also like this. Because it has very serious Ocean's envy.
When you say like this, what do you mean specifically?
I mean like a rip-off of Ocean's 11. like Ocean's 11 done. I think this is actually also better than Ocean's 11, but like
Ocean's 11 out of Lidl.
Yeah. We get this like very highly edited title sequence with like cuts and crops and all kinds of like fast forwardy, rewindy, slow motion, fast motion stuff of like crime plans and canals and stuff, and some like cool music. And then our heroine, I would argue the protagonist of the film. I'd say the protagonist is not Mark Wahlberg, who has no kind of arc. I'd say Charlize Theron is the protagonist. She gets a phone call, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. She gets a phone call from her father, who is Donald Sutherland, late of this parish, a man
R.I.P.
from Clute.
Clute.
That we got the ending of wrong on the episode, by the way. Something that I've received a lot of feedback about is that they didn't get together at the end. They actually broke up, and she says it really explicitly, and somehow all three of us missed.
I wasn't on the Clue recording. Not my fault. You were.
Okay.
Fuck, only two of us. Shit. It was just me and Nova.
Was the nightclub in Durham named after the movie Clue, or was the movie Clue named after the nightclub in Durham?
God, I hope it was the other way around.
Yeah. I hope it was the other way around.
I really hope it was the other way around. I loved him in Bounced by the Ounce as well.
Clute in Clute is the guy, Mr. Clute.
Yeah.
Someone needs to make a movie called Bounced by the Ounce.
Well, F. Gary Gray, get in touch if you want to make Bounced by the Ounce the movie. But yes, Charlize Theron answers the phone to someone that she calls daddy. We hope that's her father. And he's in Venice. She's back in the US. He's going to send her some jewelry. And she says, this is some good, skillful exposition here. You see, I'm building my case. She says, does it have a receipt? Which, like, telling us about the characters. It's good writing.
Because men don't know what to buy.
They don't. No. This is a sort of like absent father. He's sending her a gift, and she's like, this is what you're sending me right now is nothing to me. Like, I don't care about this.
She also says, does your parole officer know you're in Venice? And he's like, don't worry about it.
What's the point? Why would we let him know? He's only going to be a hater. He's only going to try to stop me from doing the Italian job.
I love the idea. I love the idea of parole officer as hater employed by the government.
He doesn't want me to do anything.
No.
Government mandated hater, yeah. Well, my parole officer's a busy guy. He doesn't need to know about my holiday. We have a professional relationship and I respect those boundaries.
Yeah. I'll check back in again when I need to. But for now, I'm in Venice and we're stealing a big safe. And someone else is here too, which is my sort of fellow that I'm passing the torch to, a man by the name of Charlie Croker. It's Mark Wahlberg.
It's Mark
looking
Wahlberg.
Devastatingly young.
He is.
In 2003. Not as young as I've seen him, I will say, from the Funky Bunch. Yeah.
Well, it was only just after he failed to thwart 9/11.
This is true. Yes. Yeah, he's still living with the guilt during the recording of this.
Yeah, I think that's what's driving it at this point.
It is Mark Wahlberg who mutilated a Vietnamese man in a racially related hate crime with a meat hook, isn't it?
I believe, there was a racially motivated violence thing with him, yeah.
You know what? I really do think so. I think it is him.
It's either him or Matt Damon. I think it is Mark Wahlberg who did do that.
It was Wahlberg.
Yeah.
The Vietnam War would have gone down differently if Mark Wahlberg had been there.
Yeah. Let's just double check that before we live on
double check this. No, I wrote Mark Wahlberg and Viet, and immediately a lot of autofills have come up. Yeah, no, this guy did this. Yeah. He served 45 days for it. Okay, cool. So he did it 100%. Right, nice. That means we can say it.
Yes.
It's always good to have an actual accusation we can genuinely level.
Yeah, that is charged and convicted. But he's also, for a much lesser crime, he's in this film stealing a big safe, and Donald Sutherland's like, hey, are you ready to do crimes and be the big time crimes boss? You're taking the lead on that. You're showrunner on this episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
Nothing bad's going to happen to me. He is.
I love not being the guy who's running this heist. I love letting you do it.
Yeah. He's like, there's a gas leak in my flat and I need you to run the heist.
Yes.
And then Mark Wahlberg's like, yeah, cool. Sounds great.
Work from home heist guy. He's like, I can't Skype into the heist because of the gas leak in my flat, unfortunately.
I guess the computers guy could stay home the whole time if he wanted to.
Yeah. But he's not, though, because he's here.
He's not. No, he's on deck.
Who's the computers guy?
Why, it's none other than Seth Green from Robot Chicken and from Family Guy and from everything else as well.
Yeah, American Pie, the Shermanator.
Right.
Oh, shit, yeah. He was having a big moment at this point. I feel like he cropped up in a few films in like the early 2000s and then just sort of... Oh, he did Austin Powers. That's where we've seen him before because he was Dr. Evil's son.
Scooby-Doo, the live action ones.
God, he was. Jesus Christ.
I loved this guy in the early 2000s. I was also very active in watching children's movie in the 2000s, being as I was a child. So he was in a lot
was in their child era in the 2000s.
During the 2000s, I was really big into children's movies.
But he's our nerd. He's our computer hacker. We have two other guys here, one of whom is Most Deaf, who's our demolitions expert. And who's the other guy on the boat?
Why, it's Edward Norton.
No, it's not. Who's the other guy on the boat?
On the boat, motherfucker. I don't know.
The other guy on the boat.
There's a bloke. Listen, Cupcake.
Of course it is.
There's a fucking geezer you forgot to mention.
It's a geezer that slid under the radar here.
Yeah. Do you need anyone to kick the top off a bottle?
It's Jason fucking Statham.
It's Frank Transporter, the Frank Transporter.
Yes,
that's right.
Canonically. Yeah. It's Frank from Frank Transporter.
Do you need anyone to have an emergency shag to keep their art going?
It's Chev Chelios. He only plays one character, does Jason Statham.
He's the getaway driver in this, so he's basically just Frank Transporter again.
Transporter. Yeah. Okay, fine.
They're still pretending that he's straight, and like his whole thing in this is that he's like super, really, really straight and like shags any bird he wants. But we all know that Frank Transporter is gay, asexual, and transgender. So this is all just. I was going to
say, isn't Jason Statham still pretending that he's straight by being married to Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, which is probably one of the straightest things you can do.
All right.
Seems to be. To present, I mean, that's pretty straight. I've taken a little look here at Rosie.
You're in deep at that point in being straight. Yeah.
We need to catch you up on this, Milo, because we watched the Transporter series a while ago, and in the first Transporter film with Jason Statham, Frank Transporter, not his real name, was originally written as a gay character, and then they changed it last minute, and so certain artifacts of the writing and also Jason Statham's performance are just like a little bit fruity with it in a way that we all enjoyed.
In a way that you can imagine, grabbed onto with both hands.
Yeah, we decided that he was also ace and trans, so same character as far as I'm concerned.
It's very fun to be like sat in the meeting for the transporter and be like, no, we're really excited for the gay transporter. Sorry, it's just that I've done some Googling. It's come to my attention that gay people can't drive, so I think that's a pretty big hole in the. Yeah. You're gonna have to take out that whole iced coffee scene. That's got to go. Unfortunately,
they had to write the sex scene like last minute.
They literally did. But we will also get to the gay representation or lack thereof in this film. There is one other guy that you did mention, Dev, and it is Edward Norton.
It is Edward Norton sporting a little mustache.
Diabolical, like Hitlerian almost.
The evil mustache.
Yeah. And wearing a big sign that says, I am going to betray you.
The mustache of imminent betrayal. The pencil.
And dungarees, so he looks a bit like evil Mario.
Edward Norton has one of the most baffling filmographies of anyone. Like, the only rule for an Edward Norton movie is it will be the last movie you expect him to be in.
He's a fucking good actor, too. He's
a phenomenal actor. But he just says yes to things.
But it's quite eclectic because
Hulk.
He did Incredible Hulk, and then presumably they said, Edward Norton, do you want to be the Incredible Hulk in Marvel movies forever? And he was just like, nah I don't want infinite money. Let Mark
Somehow
Ruffalo
he found time to do all that antivirus stuff as well. I mean, he's been busy
he did
boy.
great at that. Yeah. Oh, I always enjoy seeing Edward Norton. But he's inside. He's dressed up as a painter doing something on the inside of the building that they're heisting. And he's also responsible for the garbage men who are going to be playing a role in the plot later on. And Donald Sutherland is just like, have you called them yet? And Edward Norton's like, get off my back. They work for me. They'll be fine. It's all good. Oh, and specifically we get this line where Edward Norton says, don't you trust me? And Donald Sutherland says, this is a movie, so I will now say some bullshit to you that a screenwriter thought sounded good. He said, I trust everyone. I just don't trust the devil inside them. And we will make a note of that. Everyone in the theatre makes a note of that line because it comes with a flashing sign saying, this will become important later. Someone else will say this later.
Little thing flashes up in the top corner. Just remember this.
Yeah, but this is the button on the scene, everybody.
Set up.
So they hack their way into this house in Venice. There's 3 floors. Safe is on the top floor. Edward Norton's on the middle floor, and then below them is like the canal where the boats have snuck in. And they paint. Oh well, first of all, there's this scene like, the garbage men still haven't called. Are we gonna abort? Yeah. And Mark Wahlberg is like, nah, I say we go for it. We're gonna steal the fucking.
He trusts the bin men.
He does trust the bin men.
When I was growing up, the bin man was hard. He trusted the bin man.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So
I'd love to get but sorry, carry on.
Edward Norton and Mos Def, they both paint some plastic explosives onto the ceiling, like in matching spots, and then they blow up simultaneously the ceiling / floor of 2 floors of this building, dropping a safe straight down into the canal.
Yeah,
and then the heist is fucking well planned.
It's a well planned heist. I like the heist. The heist is good. Yeah, they drop this thing immediately. All of the obviously Russian guys who are in the room with the safe run over to the window. They see the boat going away with what looks like the safe in it. They go, get that boat.
We get a cool boat chase.
We do get a cool boat chase.
Yeah, Russians yelling about Italian workmanship on buildings.
It's a sick boat chase through Venice, and like Jason Statham and Seth Green are driving away. Like it's fucking good, and it's well shot too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see me building my case here?
Yeah, I know. I do see you building your case, which is why I want to start attacking it right away. But I will let it sit down.
But they've been bamboozled. They've been fooled. Because the real safe just fell straight into the water with a big splash that for some reason the goons didn't hear. And Donald Sutherland is underwater in scuba gear.
Explosion.
Yeah, he cracks the safe, and it's fucking full of gold.
That's
Classic stuff.
That's right. Classic Italian job stuff.
Hell yeah.
Gold.
Yeah,
we love it.
But where are the England fans? Where is the horny boffin?
This is what I'm saying.
Are there even... Well, there is a horny boffin. It's Seth Green. We'll get to him.
Oh, yeah.
But are there even any English people in this?
No, there aren't. He does have the, like... Wahlberg
is Jason
has the
Statham
same
supposed
name.
to be English? Surely. He can't do any other accent.
Of course, Jason. Of course. Yeah, well, that's our one English guy.
Yeah.
Which is particularly funny when he's playing a character called Chev Chelios who lives in LA. When you're like,
That's an English. Yeah, he's English. I wouldn't worry about
it. Where is the name Chev Chelios even supposed to be from? Sorry, I know this is a different movie, but
no, you're right to be thinking about Chev. That's Crank. Fucking Crank, baby.
Oh, I've not seen Crank. We'll have to get to it.
We'll watch Crank 1.
It's something. I don't know which one's crazier.
Crank 2, we will not worry about.
They're both so crazy.
They're both crazy. The thing is, our traditional method would be to start with the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right.
Which I don't know. I feel like going in on the first one is about the same because you really get dropped into it pretty hard with old Chev.
Mm.
But anyway,
what a fucking movie.
In order for Jason Statham and Seth Green to get away, the garbage men on the bin men do in fact strike, and they move the garbage barge in such a way that the police are cut off. So nice. We got away with that. And then fucking result, we got it. They just kind of like scuba the gold away.
Yeah.
And we're fucking there, baby. That's
Goes
the
off without
Italian
a hitch,
job.
baby.
The Italian job complete.
That's the Italian job. That's the titular Italian job, by the way, everyone. Don't expect to ever see anything Italian at any point from this moment in the movie on.
The rest of the movie will be filmed in America.
That's fine. Because it's American, so everything has to happen in America because Americans can't conceive of anything happening outside America. That's my understanding.
They literally can't conceive of anything that isn't in Los Angeles, and that's fine. You know?
I do like the way I love the narrative justification for LA being in this, but we will get to that. First of all, up in the Alps, the crew celebrate. Everyone has a bottle of Dom Perignon, which is a very expensive way to celebrate, but I guess you've just become $35 million richer.
The soundtrack at this point is just going, money!
Yeah. The soundtrack for this is like very 2003.
Like, okay, yes.
Yeah. We get like I think it's a cover of Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
It is. It's not even the original.
It's like
it's
not Pink Floyd.
A nice cheap cover.
They could have had Gold by Spandau Ballet, but this is typical American lack of education, you know.
I'm just trying to figure out what was the budget of this film. Could they not? It was $60 million, which is very funny because that means that the amount of gold they've just stolen is like just over half the budget of the film.
We could make half an Italian job 2003 with this.
Half a movie with this.
Yeah, we could make the Ian job with this.
So they discuss like, hey everybody, let's stand around in a circle.
Job, and it's just beautiful food from Jamaica.
Just a little bit slanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they stand around in a circle and say, let's reveal something about our characters by saying what we'll spend the money on. And Frank Transporter's like, I'm going to move to France and start a gay love affair with a French detective in a different series of films.
In the beautiful Jason Statham voice, he goes, suppose I'd get the Aston Martin Vantage, which lovely, wonderful.
It does feel a bit product placement-y.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, great car. You know,
certainly.
Yeah, it's a V12. Why not?
I suppose I'd put my share towards my phalloplasty operation, which is going to be extremely expensive. Finally, I can get a dick.
Do you know how expensive it is to change genders?
It's very fucking expensive.
Yeah. If you want to do it properly.
Yeah, 35 million would do it though. That'd do it.
That would do it. You could change genders any which way you wanted. There, you could go back again.
Yeah, you could change to a new gender no one had even heard of.
Mm-hmm.
You really play with the form.
I did that for free, basically. We do get Donald delivering the most "I'm dying in the next 5 minutes" speech of all time.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's just like, yeah, be good, take care of everyone. I'm obviously not going to be in this movie anymore.
I have some regrets because I'm so good at crimes. Have a family.
God,
yeah. I'm definitely going to be in the movie.
Yeah. My biggest regret is not loving a woman, which you'll have to do by the end of the film.
Yeah, there's a fucking clock above Donald Sutherland's head. It's just counting down. Seth Green says, I would love to have a stereo so loud that it blows women's clothes off. Cool.
Yes.
Computers pervert. Great.
And then we sort of gradually over the course of the film, I think we learn that he means this literally.
No,
yes, he does.
It's not a metaphor in any way.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, wow, your stereo is so loud. Let me disrobe myself because I'm so horny for a man who owns a stereo. No, he means like he wants to sort of earthquake their clothes off with sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
interesting.
Most Def says he wants a villa in Spain with a room just for his shoes. And then they go, Edward Norton, what would you like to spend the money on? He's standing there in like a cape with horns and smoke coming out from behind him. And he's just like counting 30 pieces of silver. And he's just like, I don't know. I guess I'll get one of each of all of the things you guys are getting when we all get away, as we are surely about to do. So off we drive. And then the obvious trap is sprung.
Edward Norton fucking pulls the gun out and goes, listen, I'd love to have all of the money, actually. I thought about this on the walkover. I love the idea of having like an eighth of this, but I did the maths and all of it is a way more money. So I'm going to kill you now. Donald Sutherland.
He just opens fire. He just fucking shoots the fucker. Kicks his ass.
Leaves the rest already done the speech, so what else was he going to say?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm done, finished.
His boys roll up.
Garbage men, indeed.
Yeah, the garbage men roll up and they take out the garbage. It's garbage day.
Remember when the bin man was hard?
Yeah.
They kill him.
They just fucking open fire on the van. Jason Statham, the Frank transporter, drives off into the freezing water below. And Edward Norton, this scene takes like, Edward Norton spends like a full 60 seconds just unloading an AK into the van.
If I had a penny for every time I've seen Jason Statham drive off of a dam to escape armed heavies, I'd have 2 pennies, which is nice.
Yeah.
So does that in the transporter too.
Which is a lot more than he has, because his gold has just been fucking stolen.
The armed bin men of Italy, the carabinieri. How about that? Is that anything?
Could be.
Yeah, we can workshop it.
Yeah, let's get to...
They survive by using the scuba gear. It's a good thing that they improperly stored the regulators attached to the tanks, which you shouldn't do, instead of disassembling them. But they're lucky that they made that mistake.
I love the incredibly eclectic knowledge base that you have.
This is not scuba compliant.
Yeah.
I like scuba diving. I always pay attention whenever movies feature scuba diving.
Baby.
It's not even the first time I've deployed this knowledge, like in relation to a Jason Statham scuba scene, because remember Transporter 1 when November was just like, why are there 2 regulators on that tank? I was just like, that's not 2, that's a backup, that's the octopus. You always have a spare one.
I had the best instance of this like niche quibble with a movie last night. Have either of you guys seen 28 Weeks Later? 28 Years, the new one.
Yeah.
Well, you know that the whole plot line about how one of the guys is a former GP from like the before times, and there's just like, there was a bit, I went and saw the movie with someone who is a GP, and there was a bit in it where she was like, what, you wouldn't be allowed to do that? That wouldn't be an ethical diagnosis.
What, the skulls thing? They don't let you do that.
GPs receptionists could have the skulls.
A lot of GPs do pile up skulls. They do that. They're not supposed to, but like these are
Harold
days.
Shipman making a surprise cameo in the 28 Years Later movie.
Yeah. The RCGP actually recently hosted a conference of skull stackers and measurers too. But anyway, at this point, everyone immediately dies of hypothermia and the movie ends.
Shame.
Yeah.
Not really. Somehow they magically survive. Donald Sutherland is toast, of course. But then we cut to Philadelphia 1 year later.
City of Brotherly Love.
Is it? I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that the one that was designed by a Quaker?
Philadelphia means brotherly love in Greek.
That definitely must be the one designed by the Quaker then, because that's what he'd call it. But yeah, write in if you're from Philadelphia. Tell us what else it's known for other than that and spreadable cheese.
Yeah. Cheese steak? I don't know.
Philly cheese steak.
I don't know what's in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I get my Philadelphia's and my Pittsburghs mixed up.
I think the Liberty Bell's in Philadelphia.
All right.
They got the Fanatic out there.
Ben Franklin. There's some stuff.
There's Philadelphia, a city of many things.
Yeah, Joe Frazier. There you go.
Cool. Okay. Charlize Theron is cracking a safe, but she works for the cops. When they need to subpoena the contents of a safe or a vault, which you think would be a reasonably rare occurrence, not enough to make like a decent living off of, but they bring her in as a safe cracker because I guess safe cracking ability is genetic and she inherited this from Donald Sutherland, but whatever. She's the best, and she has a car that she drives very, very fast and is good at driving through the streets of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
What kind of car?
It's a Mini Cooper.
It's a red Mini Cooper.
But one of the old ones.
Well, hey, and when I saw that, I was like, amazing. There's the red Mini Cooper. I can't wait to see the other two show up just organically in the movie.
Yep.
I was really fucking hoping.
Yeah, it's also, I guess it would be easy to drive a Mini Cooper very fast throughout the streets of Philadelphia because it's laid out on a grid.
We'll get into the car problems in this movie, I think.
Oh
Yeah.
There are fewer cars in this one.
Yeah, but also that. Yeah, we'll come on to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank fucking God. All right. Yes. What do we got?
But Mark Wahlberg's here to see her at the office.
Yes.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm Mark Wahlberg from the previous scene of the movie, which took place a year ago.
Remember me from 9/11?
Yeah, which was 2 years ago at the time of this movie.
Yeah, because you weren't there.
Yeah, 9/11. It's weird that so canonically the heist of the Italian job in this took place in 2002, very shortly after 9/11.
Yeah, when everyone was distracted.
Yeah, what do you think they should just take the time off or out of mourning?
Crime doesn't take a holiday, I suppose.
Disrespectful to do a heist the year after 9/11.
Maybe that's why they went to do it in Italy rather than in the US. They gave America a break. America's lost enough,
Yeah,
that's nice. That's nice of them, actually.
Well, she's like, I blame you for my dad's death, not in a way that's going to take me long to get over, but just enough for me to refuse the call to adventure in this particular scene.
Yes.
And he's like, that's a shame because I came here to give you the call to adventure.
Yeah, I got a call from a guy of mine called Skinny Pete.
Yeah, write that name down. He'll be back later.
Skinny Pete, he'll be back.
But Edward Norton took all the gold and he moved to LA, and he lives in fucking Hollywood Hills now, and he has a big safe in his house where we presume the gold is. Do you want to answer the call to adventure, step into your father's footsteps, cross a threshold, narratively speaking, and help us rob the gold back? And she's like, no, I'm actually going to refuse the call to adventure.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not interested.
For about 70 seconds. And then I'm going to think about it in a different scene and call you back and say yes.
Thanks so much for thinking of me in relation to this call to adventure, but I'm actually really at capacity right now.
Is there someone else you could reach out to?
Yeah. There's a lot of other stuff I've got going on, so
the out of office auto reply to the call of adventure. I'm very busy.
Yeah, that's why they couldn't do it in Italy. They were trying to organise it in August. No one was around.
We do get a scene that I quite like between Frank Transporter and Mark Wahlberg, where Frank Transporter says, I don't like Charlize Theron in this film because there needs to be some conflict in the gang. So I've decided I don't like her because she's emotional, because she was close to Donald Sutherland on account of being his daughter. And I like Mark Wahlberg's reply. He says, yeah, we're all emotional on this one. So it's nice that they could have gone down a misogynistic route with that and didn't. You see me building the case.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, I'll give that. I stop undercutting my agreement by making me want to disagree with you. Because it's not a good movie. It's really bad. It sucks. It sucks so badly.
And yet, what have you pointed out that's bad so far? We're into fucking Act 1 already. Like,
that's true. It's a
banger. It's a good movie.
Yeah, wait until we get to the cars.
Well, I got time. Well, I can't wait to talk about Wrench. I want to talk about my favorite character, Wrench.
Oh, my good friend Wrench.
Every time he was in the movie, I was like, yeah, it's Wrench. He's still here. Cool. Oh, yeah. All right. So,
LA.
Los Angeles.
My beloved trash fire.
City of Angels.
My favorite city in the world.
We gotta go and get a poke bowl to blend in.
Yeah.
Love.
City of Los Angeles, the city of brotherly love also.
Yeah.
And so Seth Green says, well, okay, I can tap into Edward Norton's phone lines. I've been doing it to my ex for years. And everyone's just like, okay. Interesting throwaway gag there, Seth Green. But the plan is we've got to find a way to get Edward Norton out of the house, first of all. Which I don't know, I could just kill him.
We don't like the guy.
I'm now wondering why they don't just kill him.
Because they don't kill anyone in this movie.
No, they don't.
They don't. Well, they could tie him up.
Yeah, it's like it has to. It's like American Family movie. So like no one dies apart from the guy at the start who's like a good guy, but you can't kill any of the bad guys because that would be mean. So you just have to do like epic burnouts around the bad guys. It's like the A-Team.
If you do a burnout hard enough that you can make them like come to Jesus and give themselves up to the cops, though. So, you can do it. It certainly would have been a faster movie if they just like bombed his house. And it would have got the same amount of revenge done, I think.
Yeah, if they'd just gone in there with a gun and beaten him up, that would have. They've got 8 of them. You'd think they could. But anyway, the plan
is. They've got to do some silly bullshit instead.
So the safe is in his house. So rough plan, we get him out of the house somehow. And what we do is we then load the gold into some cars or something. We drive from his house in Hollywood Hills to Union Station. We get on a train and we load the gold on the train and we take the train out of town. The problem, of course, is that LA, like Turin, which is why this is a good remake, is famous for its fucking traffic. So to drive from Hollywood Hills to Union Station on a good day, it'll take you 20 minutes. On a bad day, you're going to be there at least an hour. And there's no way of fucking controlling it.
Unless you've got a sex pervert.
Yeah. Unless you've got some sort of hacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you have a computer's pervert and you can like get all green lights. And Seth Green's like, yeah, I could maybe try and do that. Let's see.
He's the best computers guy we've got. He's also a sexual deviant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we see that Edward Norton has a pretty fucking secure house. They're going to need some serious fucking kit with this.
Yeah, he's got a Ring doorbell.
I knew I should have watched this movie this morning.
Yeah, it goes like directly to the fucking cops from Amazon, yeah.
Mm.
And also, Edward Norton, meanwhile, is selling the gold bricks 2 at a time to this Ukrainian guy who's like says a bunch of weird shit. He also says a bunch of like prescient shit about that you can't trust the financial institutions and like when the collapse comes, the only thing that'll work will be gold. And it's like, yeah, man, you said that in 2003. You were 5 years before the financial crash. Well done.
Interesting.
Saw that one coming.
Gold.
Yeah. Don't zoom in on any of that guy's tattoos, by the way.
Yeah. Let's
not worry about that.
They spy on Steve, who has used the money to buy all of the things that they want. So he got the Aston Martin and the speaker system. He's also watching a big movie on the TV, and the movie that he's watching has Michael Caine in it.
Cool.
Ha.
Yeah, this is telling us something about Edward Norton's character. That he's unimaginative.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. He wants to have the money and just spend it on sort of like having money. He's not like got any big plan here. He's not got anything meaningful thing that he's doing. He just stole the money and then like hid with it.
Yeah, he's just kind of ontologically an asshole about it.
Yeah, it's very literal, this movie. Like he says like, oh, maybe I'll just buy all the things that you said, and then he does do that.
Yeah, then he actually does that. Like I thought that was the line. I thought that was just to supposed to let us know that like he hadn't really been thinking about it because he was thinking about the upcoming betrayal. But then he actually does. Just
I don't find this a plausible character. How can you have nothing that you personally want to the extent where you've just bought other things that other people have told you that they wanted like that? I can't even a really unimaginative man. I can't quite see it.
Totally empty antagonist. He's just there to like do the thing and then like be an asshole.
He's not even bought some really fancy moustache cream or something.
Yeah, I guess the one thing he's added is like moving to Hollywood, which the characters also do mock and say like that's a real fucking hack decision to just like, oh, where do you want to live? Hollywood. And I'm like, fuck you. I also want to live in Hollywood.
I'm gonna mock you for it being a hack decision as well.
Well, you can mock me.
It's a big world.
When I steal all the podcast gold and buy a $35 million house in Hollywood Hills.
How do I know that November's actually been waylaid by a gas leak? Huh?
Yeah.
Well, she has, but I arranged that gas leak so that I could steal all of her gold.
Because you would have to buy everything that Devon November have. So you'd need to buy like a series of Polish military uniforms and like a weights cameras. Rack. I don't know. It would be, you'd have such an eclectic house going on.
I do. I'm sorry.
I would have a huge house in Hollywood Hills that was full of Gundams, Palestinian flags, and very beautiful transsexual women.
That's actually not a ton different to what I would do, to be fair. But
yeah, true. Actually, yeah.
There's some overlap in the Venn diagram.
Yeah. Those are also the things I want, I suppose. But anyway, so they realize that Steve likes his big TV, and they're like, oh, that's how we're going to get in his house. We're going to knock out the cable, and then somebody's going to pose as a cable repair person. But shit, Edward Norton already knows who we all are and thinks we're dead, except Charlize Theron. So they have to go to her and be like, do you want to go undercover? And like, you're going to have to confront the guy who like killed your dad though. And she's like, oh shit. But yeah, okay, fine. Cool.
If you had the cable people around and they sent someone who looked like Charlize Theron, you would immediately assume that you're on some kind of hidden camera TV show.
Yes, absolutely.
They'd be better
100%.
off taking the chance of him recognizing one of the rest of them. That's how implausible Charlize Theron fixing your cable is.
On the other hand, LA specifically is full of very beautiful people who are like moonlighting as actors on the side. So in LA specifically, in Hollywood Hills, if my cable repair person turned up looking like Charlize Theron, I'd be like, yeah, okay, like obviously you're a model on the side though, right? Because everyone in LA is. So I'd believe it, actually.
Maybe.
Okay.
No, that's why all my gold got stolen though.
These damn hot cable repair women.
Worth it.
I'll stop falling for it at some point, but
But not yet, I don't think.
not yet. No, they only send very, very big cis men to my house to fix all of the various things that have gone wrong with this apartment, which is, I think, 90% of it at this point.
Yeah. Even now, there is a gas repair person in Nova's flat who is actually a friend of mine that I have sent in covertly to surveil her safe. But also, so like Frank Transporter and Seth Green need to get a cable uniform and a van, and they surveil this cable repair. And we get some like classic misogyny here.
Yeah,
from Seth Green.
The Seth Jason scene, which is, strange two people to see sharing the lens, I guess.
Yeah, it is weird. They're kind of like a weird, odd couple. They surveil this cable repair woman, Becky, and she has Becky written on her shirt, on her breast pocket, and Seth Green says, Becky, I wonder what she calls the other one. And I do like that, like, Frank Transporter is mildly disgusted by this. He's just like, it's a wonder you don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah. And they're like, we need to get that van, we get that uniform somehow. And so handsome old Frank Transporter just wanders up to her, gets out of the car and goes, yeah, I'll sort this out. Goes and chats her up. And we get this is shot from like Seth Green's perspective inside of the car. So we don't hear what they're saying. We just get what Seth is misogynistically assuming is being done here. He's sort of like doing fake Jason Statham voice, be like, all right, love, you're very beautiful, would you like to feel my big muscles, and things like that.
Yeah, he dubs them in a sort of slightly incel-y way. But Frank Transporter does in fact sleep with this woman and clones her truck key and steals her shirt. So we're on for this plan. Again, the other thing I like about this film is that it's very clear. It shows us every little step. It all makes sense.
Absolutely.
And a key step is the raw sexual magnetism of Jason Statham.
That's Absolutely. A huge part of the plan. 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gay, ace, transgender, Frank Transporter, but knows how to eat pussy extremely well. Yes.
Very eclectic mix of sexualities this guy has. But...
Well, he's had one and gone back. So
smart,
I know ace people who are extremely good at sex. Because they've just spent a long time fucking thinking about it and are very dedicated.
Whatever the opposite of that is.
Not
incredibly horny but terrible at sex.
Just can't fucking
very
do
keen
it.
on
Cannot
it.
nail this.
Yeah. Enthusiastic but awful.
Yeah, you're like me playing mixed doubles. Giving it a bloody good go, but missing a lot of shots.
Well, if I was in the double, that would probably help out actually. Watch the other guy.
Yeah.
So that's just an ADHD thing. You do body doubling, but for sex.
Referring to a straight foursome as mixed doubles. There you go.
That's funny. That is funny. It's a good bit.
So Charlize Theron goes undercover in Edward Norton's house. She has a secret camera on her. Yeah. I like that in the van before she goes in, she's nervous, and the rest of the lads reassure her. Even Jason Statham is like, "All right, love, you're very brave. I think what you're doing is good. I've dropped my conflict with your character now because we're moving into Act 2 and we don't have time to resolve it."
Yeah, just whatever. He's got over it. Good for him.
I've actually realised after talking to Seth Green that, allies are needed.
Yeah.
Actually, you do experience a lot of misogyny just for being in this male-dominated environment. So I'd like to retract what I said earlier.
Pretty much.
This is something I experienced when I was a woman for a couple of years in the middle there before I went back.
But yeah, like it's good. I like it. Again, Charlize Theron is the real protagonist of this.
She is.
I fucking love Edward Norton's performance in this scene. Where he's just like a fucking twat.
Yeah.
He plays a really good villain.
He's such a fucking slime ball. He's just following her around the house, like flirting with her while she's trying to do the cable repair.
and like figure out where he's got the safe, and they're all like watching on the cameras and stuff. And they get a stroke of luck because Edward Norton asks her on a date, and she refuses at first, but then realizes like, oh shit, that's how we get him out the house. We go to dinner. And so she's like, yeah, okay. And I do love the scene that follows that, where she gets back in the truck and she's so fucking furious. She's so angry. And it's just like, as an actress, you don't get to fucking show anger a whole lot. You don't get to be angry. They don't really let women be angry on film all that much. I like that Charlize Theron gets this moment of being like, I wanted to fucking kill that guy because he shot Donald Sutherland, my dad, in the fucking opening of the movie that we're in.
After he'd done that excellent speech.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shouldn't have done such a final speech, to be fair. That was on him.
Yeah. You're setting yourself up there. Tempting fate, aren't you? So, Napster.
Yeah, this is a bit that Seth Green's character does, where he like announces that he's got a new nickname. He goes, "You have to call me the real Napster."
Yeah. Everyone else has cool crime nicknames. Because like, can someone older than me explain what Napster was?
Is it like a fucking MP3?
It was a peer-to-peer sharing platform. Yeah, like kind of like before like torrenting was a thing. There were things like, I mean, Napster was the first one, but stuff like LimeWire, which you may remember better. Just where you could just share files and it was like where people got music and stuff. And then eventually Napster got shut down, and then it became a legitimate streaming service for a bit.
Yeah,
that you could pay for, and then I think it went under.
Yeah, because everyone was just like, no, I'm not paying for that, actually.
Yeah, because that was the point of it, was to not pay.
Yeah.
But Seth Green says,
I just noticed that the guy who started it, a guy called Sean Fanning, is in this movie in a fucking cameo that I didn't recognize. So that's big whoops for anyone who recognized Napster in the movie.
Yeah. So
Italian Job 2003.
Yeah, because Seth Green says that I invented Napster when I was at college.
Yeah.
And Sean Fanning stole it from me because he was my roommate. So you will have to call me the real Napster from now on.
Ironic. It was pirated from him.
So fucked up.
Yeah, live by the pirate, die by the pirate. But yeah, everyone was like, okay, fine, this bit isn't really going anywhere, Seth Green, but like, I guess we'll just do this for the rest of the movie anyway. So how do we get the gold out of the house to the getaway car very quickly? How do we do that? Because it's heavy gold. Cars presumably have to be outside house. How do we move it? And they're like, well, how do we do it?
How do we do it? Well, we're going to need 2 more Mini Coopers.
Yeah.
Well, so we're going to need 3 more Mini Coopers, because we need to use the new BMW Mini Coopers, because it would be ridiculous to use the old Mini Cooper that she has. Like from the old Italian Job.
Sorry, do they not use her Mini Cooper? I didn't catch that.
Difference. No, they use 3 identical new
so she
look
just
BMW
coincidentally
made.
also has a fucking amazing.
Yeah, she just also has an old.
That's I guess supposed to be an homage to the old movie. Here's where I lose my shit, right? Because they're like, oh well, because the corridor in the house is only 6 feet wide, so we're gonna need a really small car because it's the Italian Job. So we're gonna need a Mini Cooper. The problem is when you're doing product placement for BMW by using the new Mini Coopers, that's not a small car.
No, it's
not a big car. It's called a Mini, but it is not. The original Mini was really small. You could drive it down a corridor. The new Mini Coopers are not small. They're like the size of a fucking Volkswagen Golf, at least. Like they're not small at all. They're not narrow. They're wide. You're not going to get them down a corridor. What are you talking about?
The Minis have gotten larger car in the interceding 33 years between the previous Italian Job and this one.
Larger.
Like quite a lot larger. Like if you think about how big cars are now, you know, like they were getting bigger this entire time.
Yeah, I think it undermines the whole premise here.
Yeah, no, it's fucking stupid. They have a fucking like 3D render of the 3 Minis driving down the staircase because they did that in Turin. So, woo. But like,
very 2003, this 3D render.
Yeah. It's just like, what are you doing? But just a base model, you know, Mini is not going to be able to contain all of that gold and do all the handling that you need for the entire denouement of this movie. So we're going to have to bring in a guy.
Hell yes, we are.
a guy to do all of the sort of mechanical stuff, and this is my man Wrench.
Yeah, someone adaptable, or dare I say adjustable.
This is a good non-binary name, is Wrench.
Wrench is not a bad non-binary name. No, this is just a big bloke called Wrench, and he doesn't say a whole lot, but he's there for the entire rest of the movie, and it's just wonderful to see him.
Yeah, he's the guy who mods all the minis.
Yeah.
And he tells them, like, minis have gotten bigger since 1969. If you want to know more about it, you can Google mini inflation and you can find out all about that. But he modifies the new minis that they've got, and then they do a little practice. We have a little heist prep montage of like hacking and car modding and like explosives and stuff. We get that you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off moment when Mos Def like accidentally uses too much explosives, but then there's no line that comes after it.
They don't say it. No one says it.
He just goes, whoa.
It's bullshit.
And it's like, okay, cool.
I wanted that in Mark Wahlberg voice so badly.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Okay, pretty good.
I wonder if they filmed it and cut it.
Yeah.
I'm only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Listen, Cupcake.
I know that this movie is cribbing from the Oceans franchise, but I actually prefer it to the Oceans films because I understand everything that's happening. I understand what everyone wants. Like, everyone feels like a real person with clear goals. I don't know. I think it's good. The film is still cooking at this point.
Does everyone feel like a real person?
They have goals
like which ones?
I don't get Edward Norton at all.
Edward's got nothing going on.
He's just
here.
an asshole. Is this the whole thing? He's just acquisitive. He puts something in front of him. He puts something shiny in front of him, whether it's a pile of gold or Charlize Theron, and he's just like, I want it because I want it, you know? And he's impulsive.
Wrench is played by Frankie G. It's sub Oceans for me. Like it's not quite like
Beneath the Waves.
It's certainly this is Ariel shit.
It's the Titan submersible.
Well, yeah, no, these guys, I don't agree with you at all. I don't think they've got like well drawn characters in that, like they're boldly drawn. Like this is Jason Statham. He's handsome and can drive a car. There he is. Like
each character has your like 2 or 3 attributes. But consider all the crew from the original Italian Job, of which there are about 5 million.
Yeah,
some of them were just interchangeable posh boys or like gay guys, and it's like, I don't know. I think we've gotten leaner. I think we've gotten better.
I do know the names of all of the guys in the second Italian Job.
There you go.
Right, and I don't know what the fuck any of the fuckers in the first one.
Yeah, there were like 20 of them. Yeah,
there were like 20 of them. Yeah,
it's crying out for a Noel Coward figure, you know.
We need him.
Yeah, why don't we? Yeah, actually, now,
traffic in LA.
Now that we've met everybody and we know what we're doing, I do want to say, like, this is the one thing I have against this movie is that the original was quite surprisingly groundbreaking in terms of its representation of gay people. There are a lot of gay characters in that. A lot of gay. It's a very gay movie. This film, what, like 40 years later, 0 gay characters.
I do have to push back. None of the characters in the first film are like meant to be gay. They're just camp as shit because it's the 60s.
Surely Mr. Bridger and Camp Freddy are supposed to be gay.
Yeah, Camp Freddy, like maybe, but like these being like that is sort of like a foppish thing. It was just like shorthand for being posh more than for being gay. Like people didn't. Being gay was so unthinkable. It wasn't really like part of the conversation like that. It's like in the Carry On films, they act like this, but they're not actually like.
What about the Taylor?
To keep calling someone love? He's just posh. These people are just posh.
I think in the Carry On films, the joke is that the actors playing them are obviously gay and they're playing them in a very gay way, but the character is supposed to be straight. But yeah, I think. Do I? Yeah. I
received a full message from my mother the minute we put out that first episode. It was like, no, you're wrong.
Really?
None of them are supposed to be gay. This is just what people were like in the 60s.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
In the 1960s, everyone was a homosexual, meaning no one was.
That's my understanding. It's like how in the Middle East you can kiss your homies on the lips and like walk around holding hands and it's not because it's gay over there. It's because being gay is so unthinkable.
Fucking syndrome thing when everyone's gay, no one is. In that case, that retroactively makes this remake better because my one bone to pick with it was that like you take the original, which has a bunch of gay people in, and then you make basically the straight remake. But if you're telling me there was no gay people in the original one too, then this one's like doing even better than I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
It's also just it's like the American versus British, right? Like you make a movie in Britain in the 1960s, 90% of the people working on that are going to be incredibly gay.
Yeah, true.
Course,
Whereas, America, you're either not allowed to be gay or you've got to be so repressed. That, that's not, because this is a family audience. We can't let anyone know that there's anything fruity going on out there.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Every gay person in America this time was doing like birdcage shit. It was not. You weren't taking part in a heist.
The heist route they take to Union Station like deliberately skirts around WeHo so they don't go through any of the neighborhood. It's like, no, not going there. But yeah, so Steve is still selling these gold bricks. So he goes to see his Ukrainian guy who figures out, oh shit, you got these from the Italian job. In the Italian job, from the first scene of this film that we're in, that's where you got these gold bricks.
Because it's all like Balinese gold bars. They've got a very distinctive like symbol on them that this guy recognizes.
Yeah,
and Edward
Nazi
Norton puts his
gold.
eye like an inch from this guy's face. Goes, what was that? What did you say about this? Did you notice something about my fucking gold, bro?
And he's like, nope.
Indonesian gold.
Nope. Didn't do anything.
From the mines of Bali.
And then Edward Norton just fucking murders this guy. Just shoots him dead. And then runs out just as his cousin walks in. It's like, cousin, it's me. Let's go bowling.
I hope no one has shot you dead in your gold illegal selling workshop. I hope you didn't notice anything about illegal gold again in a way which made dangerous man angry. It would really ruin bowling trip.
My God.
So, at this point, we have to meet Skinny Pete.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. This is one of the biggest guys I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, this guy's fucking huge.
I was so excited when I saw this guy. I stood up.
Oh, it's a big fella.
Yeah, and he's going to be selling them a bunch of gear because they're going to need some gas to gas the guards who are driving the... Well, wait, they don't even know that yet. Why are they going to Skinny Pete? They don't... Oh, they need explosives. That's why they need it.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
We gotta thwart November Kelly's podcasting efforts. We need some gas.
Most Def can't stop staring at the guy because he's so big.
He's massive, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I was confused by that. I was like, why? I'm like, I can see that there's something going on here where he's being really awkward and not saying anything, but it was that was the gag was unclear to me.
Yeah, it genuinely took me a minute.
It's just like, well, you've just never seen a Samoan guy before. Like, I don't...
Yeah, he's just a really big guy, of whom there are many in LA, so...
Yeah, no, this properly surprised me because everything that I felt upon seeing this large man was like, oh, fuck yeah. Look at this guy. That's a big boy. I bet you like to eat, huh? I bet you can drink a lot of beers. And I thought that maybe Mos Def was entranced in the same sort of a way, but then I realized it was 2003 and the joke is that the guy's fat. And he's trying not to say you're fat to him. Like, which is, fuck you. It's so boring. It's so fucking boring.
Because also he's not really fat either.
He's not fat. He's just like,
he's just kind of maybe a bit fat, but he's just massive in every direction. Like it's not the immediate adjective that you would append to that. Yeah.
We're also 2 for 2 on Italian job movies making fun of fat people, which is unusual.
Not unusual.
You couldn't have let Benny Hill near that guy.
No. See, that's what it like. Yeah, we didn't need Mos Def really for the rest of the movie. He should have just like, I don't know, cupped this guy's ass and got sent to an Italian jail or something. We'll go to Italian jail.
But also later on, the Ukrainian mafia track down Skinny Pete and they're like, yo, we need to make sure that we establish that we're around so that we can be in the climax of the film. So let's just have a quick scene together to do that. So it's the night of the date. Charlize Theron and Steve are going to go on their date. They're planning to stand Steve up and move in and take the gold. But they find out that it's all gone fucking Pete Tong because Steve's neighbor's throwing a big party and there's going to be fucking hundreds of witnesses there. So we got to abort, which means you actually do have to go on the date.
Fuck. I love throwing a party with hundreds of witnesses every time I leave the house so as to prevent anyone from committing a heist.
Well, it's his neighbor who does it. It's his neighbor.
Yeah,
so
his neighbor's got a big party going on.
Steve just gets fucking lucky. It's a big party in the Hollywood Hills, yeah. I do like the date scene as she's trying to pretend to be sufficiently into him. Because he's got his foot on the fucking gas here. He's like, we haven't even had dessert. Let's just go back to my place and fuck. Like, let's go. And she's just like, no, I want to take it slow. Like, because she obviously doesn't really want to see him again, but wants to get a second date. Also, kudos to her on getting from her heist gear into this date outfit and makeup within 30 minutes. Very impressive. Good thing she brought that dress to LA. Not sure why she got that.
You gotta keep that on deck just in case, just like in case.
Jason Statham lent her a dress.
Nice
and again, I fucking love Edward Norton's performance in this scene because he says, well, don't you trust me? And she goes, oh, I trust everybody. It's the devil inside them I don't trust, which is the thing that her dad said at the start. He's onto her immediately. It's so fucking good. Like, he's so sinister. He's like, wait a minute. You're fucking Donald Sutherland's daughter, aren't you? He had a daughter who he never fucking shut the fuck up about. That's you fucker!
Yeah, I've only heard that phrase once before, and it was at the start of this movie. So.
Yeah.
Just before I shot a man who was making his elaborate final speech.
Come to think of it, he had a little photo in his hat of his girl back home. And resembles you quite significantly.
He's an effective villain. It's scary. Like, he may not have imagination, but he does have memory.
Hey, Norton's a great actor. You'll never hear me say otherwise.
And he threatens her, at which point the rest of the gang all walk in.
They do just walk, which I do like. They do, like, fucking Marky Mark just strolls directly up to him and goes, all right, cunt, we're here to fucking, like, steal your shit.
She has a signal. She signals them by, like, picking the water bottle up and turning it on its side. So it's like, they were keeping her safe. They were watching her back. They're a fucking team. It's cool. I like it.
This would have gone down a little bit differently if I wasn't here, but I am here.
So it will go down differently than that, in fact. And so they tag out. Mark Wahlberg sits down. And Edward Norton says, don't be a fucking sore loser, first of all. I outplayed you. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Go and steal something else instead of stealing from me. And also, you suck, because now I know all about your fucking scheme, first of all. I know that you're here. Second of all, I've already sold all the gold, fucker. I'm trying to move the last 2 bricks right now. And you just fucked it all up. And then Mark Wahlberg punches him in the face.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I like that it gets fucking emotional. It's cool.
Sorry, yeah. I thought you were Vietnamese for a second there.
If he thought he was Vietnamese, he'd have hit him with a meat hook.
Shouldn't let him have that. I shouldn't let him have that.
And again, I like the scene where Mark Wahlberg goes to Charlize Theron. He's like, how are you feeling about the scene that just happened? And she's like, how come you get to punch him and I don't? I never knew my father, Donald Sutherland, because he was always doing crimes with you. And he's like, well, I never really knew him either because he was always fucking talking about you. Great.
Yeah, we all see the shape of it.
Yeah. Let's continue with the movie now. Having established the presence of the possibility of death, we're now ready to cross into Act 3. And so, I'd like that the plan has to fucking change.
The plan has to change, yes.
Yeah.
But it changes to being more similar to the Italian job. Because he goes, oh shit, I gotta get my gold out of here. The thing he said about the gold, he was fronting. That was cap. That was bullshit. He needs to shift it all to Mexico City to get it out of the country, get it away from the boys. So he puts it into an armored car, traveling to a private plane that he has.
Not just one armored car, though.
My God, 3 of them?
Because 2 of them are diversions. And they're like, oh shit, how are we going to know which armored car contains the gold?
Yeah, you think you're so smart? I've hired Serco.
This is so unfair. They should have just had the one car and it's painted gold. Like in the first
one. Like in the first one, yeah.
See, back they used to signpost that shit. This is the one that's got the gold in it. But no, 3 identical ones.
And they figure out that one of them's riding lower than the others, so that must be the one that's full. See, if I was Edward Norton, I'd have loaded like bricks into the other ones, but whatever.
There you go.
And they still control the traffic, which Edward Norton doesn't know about.
Again, it's the same.
Yeah.
Same setup.
Well, they'd even say that. Like Mark Wahlberg even says, like, this is actually great that we're changing the plan because we'll do it like the Italian job. Is his line.
I mean,
Womp.
Were you not doing it like the Italian job thus far?
But he specifically
You're telling me
means...
the Italian job is a movie in universe and you have at this point had a fucking 3D render of 3 minis going down a fucking staircase and no one was like, this reminds me of a certain film.
What he means is they will do it like they did their job in Italy by using explosives to drop the gold through the floor. This is the second time they've dropped the gold through the floor because they put some explosives under the street and like blow it up and drop the truck straight down into the fucking sewers
They do. Oh god, that is what that means, isn't it? It's such a fucking trailer line. It's such a fucking trailer line that they put in there.
It's racking up points for Smarm, but like
they only put that there so they could put it in the trailer.
It is very smarmy.
It does make sense in universe as a thing to say. Kind of.
A lot of things make sense in universe to say. Mos Def, I will say, has been confused in every shot of him in this movie thus far. Like every shot of him is a reaction shot where he is like confuzzled.
He does a great like. But they drop the gold through the fucking floor, and then Charlize Theron has to crack the safe, but it's a different kind of a one. And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to step into my father's footsteps."
Yeah, they drop it into like a subway tunnel.
Yeah.
Edward Norton is like in a helicopter watching the whole thing go.
And he's furious.
This will come up.
She's like, I need to complete my character arc by putting aside all the gadgets that I rely on and cracking safes by hand like my dad did. I have to step into my father's shoes to complete my character arc, which she does. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool.
And like Charlie encourages her too, which is nice. Yeah, nice bit of cool. She's like, you got this, you can do it. And then the safe is in fact full of gold, $27 million of it, which means that Steve only spent $8 million.
Yeah, he just bought all the shit everyone else suggested and then was just like, didn't know what to do.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting on $27 million in gold just in Hollywood, just not really doing anything. But I don't know, I could have found more ways. But I guess he's got to sell it, right? That's the rate limiting factor, is selling the gold.
Yeah, true. No, a lot of places don't take like just gold bars.
Stolen gold? Yeah.
Balinese gold. Like,
go to the newsagents and there's a sign on the outside that says, "We accept stolen gold."
Yeah, I mean, try doing that when you're getting on the bus. You got change for gold bullion. I hate
you got any doubloons?
Trying to put it in a vending machine. And of course they've got the 3 minis with them, so they load on the gold.
There's machines at like the arcade that turns it into 20p's.
Just spin them out for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, he's actually ended up with more money because he's gambled a lot on the sort of shove halfpenny machines at Southend Pier.
He's had a great time on the waterfront. That's a very English sensibility, is assuming that the waterfront in LA has like a fucking arcade with coin games, but I imagine it probably does.
I don't believe that it does. The one on Venice Beach, I don't think it does.
Certainly Venice Beach has like one of those 2p coin pushing machines.
I don't remember that being right in if you live on Venice Beach. If you
maybe
have
a whack the rat.
Yeah, it's harder for them because they use the $1 notes instead of like coins and that stuff.
Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe they do. But no, as I remember it was like bars and restaurants, and that's it, which are very expensive, but nice. And a lot of Venice Beach merch. You can buy like bongs with Venice Beach on it from they love weed.
Yeah, I fucking love weed out there.
Anyway, off they drive, pursued by motorcycle cops. Frank Transporter manages to bash one with the car door. Skillfully done. And they drive into the fucking LA River down the storm drain. Again, you're using LA's geography.
They go through the tunnel. They go through the tunnel.
But they did it in America because that's the LA storm drains at LA River, which is what LA's famous for. It's cool.
Right, they did think about
it. Which is ripping off Gone in 60 Seconds.
It's
a movie that also came out like 3 years ago when this movie was made.
That's true.
It's fine. It's all...
But that movie sucked.
It's just references. Unlike The Italian Job 2003, which is a fucking masterpiece.
I don't know. I think Nicolas Cage elevates Gone in 60 Seconds.
Well, I watched Gone in 60 Seconds. It is pretty bad.
You made a big mistake trying to kill my brother. You made an even bigger mistake trying to kill me. Yeah, insane movie.
He elevates it, but it's still subterranean. Christopher Eccleston's good in it, but
Chris Eccleston.
I love wood.
Speaking of 28 years
I fucking love
Chris
wood,
Eccleston.
mate. Carpentry. You wouldn't understand. Used to be a tree, now it's a box. Yeah. Why do I remember that movie so well?
I don't know. You're the only one who does. We had to remember it professionally and could barely recall it.
Yeah, and why is he supposed to be from the north of England, but his name's Raymond Calitri? like he's Sicilian.
You've got a fucking encyclopedic knowledge of Gone in 60 Seconds. Why?
Yeah.
You fucking saved that to hard drive.
I had to explain it to someone the other day because we were talking about the Ford Shelby Mustang from the movie.
Naturally.
Well, not from the movie to them. Yeah, and then I was like, Eleanor. And then I had to explain why I said that.
Right, okay.
And then that took a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this car chase is good. I think it's like well shot. Mark Wahlberg plays like helicopter chicken with Ed Norton in a helicopter. It's good.
Yeah, there's the helicopter like menaces a car at like car level, which cool, sure.
Edward Norton's got like fucking shit-eating grin on his face the whole time. It's good. But they managed to give Edward Norton the slip, and they reach the train station where Scrench or Wrench or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Traditional Scrench. Helps them load the gold onto cars.
Yes, he does. I like it when they chose to do the second version of the heist after Wrench had already helped. He was like, "I'll help out with this one, but I want a full share." And I was like, "Yeah, Wrench, nice.
Yeah, Wrench
Assert
getting
yourself,
fucking paid,
brother. Amazing."
He knows his worth. That's okay.
Yeah,
Wrench is unionized with the rest of the toolbox.
good for him. Good for him.
So Edward Norton rolls up and he tries to bribe Scrench with $5,000 in cash. Which is cool.
when Edward Norton, I was like, "Fuck! I hope Wrench will be okay."
Yeah.
Holy shit! If they're gonna kill any one of these characters, it's gonna be Wrench.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually,
I said, oh no, it's over for Wrench. But it's
Wrench
actually
shouldn't have made that speech.
That's actually why he survived, is because he was too little of a character to even have the speech. So
it's not worth killing.
He's still fine. He's still alive.
Yeah. But inside the train car, all the gang are fucking waiting for Edward Norton. They're like, you shit. We got you. Don't be a sore loser and all the rest of it. And Edward Norton was like, well, that's cool and all, but I did bring a gun.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, fuck.
He's like, I presume none of these 4 people have guns. Why would they?
And he is right.
Yeah. He's right. It's sensible.
They should probably have a gun, but that's fine. That's all good.
But their backup does, because the fucking Ukrainian mafia are here. And they've already done a deal with Charlie Croker for some gold. And because they want revenge because he killed his cousin.
He killed that guy, yeah.
We always carry gun because sometimes at bowling alley they try to give you back wrong shoes. And then they say, don't know where your shoes are. And I say, you have to get my shoes, you piece of shit. And then you threaten other guys at the bowling alley until someone has your shoes.
Or you get a nicer pair of shoes.
Someone will have shoes in your size at the very least.
Yeah. And so they drag Edward Norton away, implying that he's going to be crushed in a car crusher. And that's the last we see of him. We don't see anything bad happen to him. And I like that even as he's being dragged away, he's still trying to make a deal with them. He's still like, come on, I'll give you some fucking gold or whatever.
And they go, they're like, the reason why we defeated you is because you are unimaginative, Edward Norton.
That was your character flaw.
That was your character flaw.
We had imagination, I guess, by remaking...
By doing the Italian job.
A movie. Cool. Hooray! We stole the gold. Now we have an epilogue where Frank Transporter buys his Aston Martin. Yeah. He gets pulled over by a sexy cop, presumably moves to France and does the events of the Transporter 1, 2, and 3. And then 4.
And then 4.
Most Def buys
4 of those. Yeah, Most Def gets a fucking house in Andalusia with room for his shoes.
And an old Spanish man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and polishing them.
Seth Green does buy that fucking stereo.
And it's shown to actually literally work.
Yeah, a woman comes in, I don't remember what her relation to any of this is.
She's just a hot lady.
That's what I believed. He's like, can you stand in front of this for a second? And as he turns it up, we see his face and we hear like clothes rip. You know?
Yeah.
like in Food Wars, like just explodes off of him.
Yeah, she was wearing that kind of Chippendales Velcro clothing, like blown straight off.
I don't get big in on that.
My thing is, surely any stereo that's loud enough to physically destroy women's clothing would cause everyone in the room to go deaf.
Yeah, it's like that woman is almost certainly deafened.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Probably not turned on. And also, like, that is assault, brother. That is a non-screen sexual assault.
It's true. It is true.
Played for laughs.
Yep. And say it with you if you know the words. Charlize Theron and Mark Wahlberg get together because
Mark Wahlberg's like, I decided that I
remember your father's advice about finding someone I want to spend the rest of my life with and having a good time and spending money on love or whatever.
Yeah, the real goal is heterosexuality.
That's fucking right.
Which must be reinforced at all costs because it's very natural but also extremely fragile.
God, I wonder what happened to Wrench. Happy it was okay.
Well, that's a good point. What the fuck happened to Wrench?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We never find out what he got with his share of the money.
We don't know what his dream is because he wasn't in the first act to say.
Didn't have one.
So.
Yeah.
Started a B&B.
Yeah. Buys a couple more of the
Wrench
minis,
actually
I
had a
guess.
tragic ending. He spent it all on like heroin. Yeah.
Moved to Martha's Vineyard and started a B&B.
What happened to Skinny Pete?
What happened to Skinny Pete? I hope he's okay.
Skinny Pete got gastric band surgery.
Yeah, Skinny Pete's Zemping now.
Sharing there. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Still got all that skin though.
So that's the Italian Job 2003. What are our thoughts?
Fucking hated this movie. I had such a bad time. It's just such a fucking slog to get through. I'm sorry. I've tried not to be negative throughout the course of this, but like, oh my god, this one was tough for me. And the soundtrack again at this stage goes money, which is good.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't like it. I thought it was well paced.
I had such a bad time with it.
It's like well edited. It's apart from the opening titles, like it goes along at a good pace. It's clear. What's your fucking problem with it?
What is my fucking problem with it? I don't know. It bored me. I found a lot of decisions to be annoying. I found it smarmy. I don't have a lot of appreciation for these sort of ensemble cast things.
I guess.
I don't know.
Milo, what do you think?
Yeah, I felt very uninvested in the movie throughout. I felt like I just didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm also like, why would it be
Sort of
difficult
doing
to
it.
steal gold from a guy who's a former colleague of yours? It's not like, that with the original Italian Job, there was a bit of like, oh, we're stealing it from the fucking Italian government or whatever the fuck. But then this was just kind of like, well, it's just I don't know, as a guy,
like
we don't like the
revenge,
guy,
isn't
we
it?
want the money back. And then it was very like everything was product placement, like the fucking the minis. I found it all to be a bit like. It felt like a parody of the first one, but obviously it has the beats of a modern film. The thing about the Italian Job is it has the beats of a film from the 60s where it's like everything about it is aesthetically absurd.
Yes.
Like it's incredibly meandering. Whereas this was like slick in the way of a film made in 2003, but there was like, there was nothing underpinning it. Like at no point did I care about this movie.
Yeah.
Aww.
It's just the early 2000s are just spiritually such a dark and evil time in British history. some of the worst television we've ever put out.
In British history, yeah, but this is an American film. It's also like from that interesting period post 9/11 pre-financial crash when America is like still on it's still on one foot, you know, it's still on like kind of going. People still believe that America will continue to exist in some form, very unlike now. And so I kind of appreciate it. I also like appreciate that as a post 9/11 movie, which this is, they could have gone all in on the fucking like America of it.
They could have.
Because the 60s one really went all in on the kind of, it was a very nationalist film in a way.
Certainly.
Whereas this one is just like incidentally American. It's not trying to say anything about America. It's not like they cast fucking like an Arab guy as Edward Norton's character and then try to do something like a cack-handed about 9/11. Like I admire its restraint and its ability to just tell a good story in a slick way.
Maybe I'd have been more sympathetic towards it if it was like more American.
Maybe.
I don't know. It as it is, it didn't leave a very lasting impression on me at all. Like I've watched a lot of middle of the road movies for this fucking podcast, and this one is just it just didn't do anything exciting to me. It didn't stand out in any meaningful way. It's just another one of these.
Fair enough. Well, we don't have to rate it subjectively though, because we do in fact have a science-based system on this podcast.
That is true.
It's called the SCUM spectrum. It stands for SMOM, cultural insensitivity, unprovoked violence, and misogyny. So on a scale of 1 to 007, how smarmy is this movie?
I mean,
7.
Probably 7.
7?
Yeah.
7?
I think it's 7.
Yeah, like I don't know. We're gonna do it like the Italian Job has really fucking got me.
I think you've got to be pretty smarmy to attempt to remake the Italian Job in the first place. So it's pretty pleased with itself in that regard.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Well, we take points off for sincerity, and it doesn't really have much of that
There's not a ton
either.
of sincerity, no.
7? Can I tempt you to 6?
You could probably talk me down a 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cultural insensitivity.
Disappointingly little.
Yeah, what do
We
we
don't
got?
get any
Ukrainians.
racism against Italians, which was my favorite thing about
We've
the
got a
first.
Samoan guy.
Yeah, we have like a
Yeah.
racially diverse cast
kind
of
it. Like,
yeah.
yeah, it doesn't really come up. Which
Not any,
I
no
guess
gay people
is
but-
fine, and we have
Yeah.
we've got characters of color that aren't like caricatures. I mean, they're
Yeah.
caricatures, but not of the race.
Yeah,
like they're
yeah.
just caricatures of people. So sure, like fine. You know what? Fine. It's not that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good on that front.
Yeah, 1, 2.
What would I want to give it to for?
Who are they most culturally insensitive to? Ukrainians?
Yeah, like
I don't know. It's not particularly insensitive. I guess
I don't
like I do like. I wish there was some gay characters in it, especially since you're in LA.
I guess. No.
The
I'd be reaching.
implication in the American mind is they're all gay because they live in LA.
Ah,
Mm.
2.
2. Yeah, 2.
Unprovoked violence. They gas the guards, but
I get very little. It's one of those
Disappointingly
movies that just
little.
doesn't-
Again, I would say that
Yeah.
it was sort of, it wasn't violent even when you felt like it should be.
yeah, they don't kill anyone.
No.
Only the bad guy kills, and he's bad because of it.
Yeah.
We don't see anything. It doesn't revel in his fate. He may even survive.
It's great train robbery stuff. It's bonking people over the head with a pickaxe handle again.
Yeah, man from Uncle Gas and shit.
Yeah.
1?
Yeah.
Maybe 1. Like
1?
Yeah, I think it might be
yeah,
a
nothing.
one.
It's yeah. Again, this all goes back towards my. This just doesn't stand out in any way.
And finally, misogyny. We do have an on-screen assault.
I mean, yes,
That
we
is,
do.
it's a shame that literally one of the final shots is that.
I guess. I mean, the protagonist is a woman,
Yeah,
right? Like, she's not really. She's not lesser for it.
yeah, she's
Like-
defined in terms of her relation to her father.
Definitely,
but,
definitely.
Yeah.
Many male protagonists are as well.
There's compet shit in there, but like, yeah, not bad.
There's
Not bad.
one scene where she's cracking a safe in her underwear. Like very quickly puts a
Yeah,
shirt
just
on.
does that for
Maybe
some
it was
reason.
very hot, you know?
What's that?
Yeah,
Maybe it was very hot, you know?
Maybe it
LA.
was.
She
It's LA, and like it's
Yeah.
certainly not the first time we've seen a movie put Charlize Theron in her underwear for no reason. It feels much less exploitative than Atomic Blonde.
Certainly.
I like that the guys all support her, and even Jason Statham is explicitly like, "Hey, I think you're being very brave." Praises her. It's cool that Seth Green is misogynist and is like called out on it a little bit. It's like, there's no wonder you don't have a girlfriend because you're a fucking loser. Like
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
4,
Fine.
3.
God, I would say 3.
Well, maybe on-screen assault. gonna go
It's not on screen though, is it? Because you don't actually like.
It's in the
you
scene.
get the reaction shot of it happening, but that we have seen like on-screen assaults before.
Okay,
though,
yeah,
on
It
this
is pretty
podcast, is what I'm saying.
absurd.
Like it's right there, but it is like
Technically
the
after the
content
end of the
assault
movie.
is
Mhm.
the radio is so loud your clothes have come off, which
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. It's like we've seen rapes. not
3?
to, yeah. 3, fine.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think that scene is making fun of real life victims of
No, I
who've
think
had
it's
their clothes blown off by speakers on account of there aren't any.
part of the same.
No.
Like this guy's a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I look
thing
forward
about
to
Seth Green.
I look forward to getting a message in from one listener who has had that happen to them. Unsubscribing from the Patreon.
And is deaf, yeah.
Yeah. I have to get the transcript.
Hmm.
And I read Kill James Bond.
That's got to be hard. That's
Well, that gives it a total score of 12, which is pretty good. It's the
really
same
low.
as The Transporter. It's the same as Ocean's 8, which I imagine this movie will be furious about. It's like a very, very good Bond, a very good James Bond. But most importantly of all, the original Italian Job was 21. This is scientifically miles better. This is a much better film.
and it
that's a
definitely
fact.
is. But like,
Thank you very much. Let's just clip that. Thank you. I rest my case.
this is why we had November here. Her hate's so much purer than mine.
It's too agreeable.
I'll give her some space. I'll tell her to like record her thoughts, and we'll put it in like here, and then we'll get.
Sorry, but the science-based system
It's a
doesn't lie.
science-based system. I mean,
This is it. The remake of the Italian Job is better than the original.
it sticks in my mind and my craw much less than the first one, which I guess means that it's better by the rubric that we've come up with.
That's science, baby.
That's science.
It's just sauceless. I think that's the thing.
But at least it doesn't taste bad.
That's why it scores so low. Because it's not, there's no seasoning of any kind.
Well, the first one had sauce, but that sauce was mainly sort of diarrhea water.
That is, I mean, yes,
Well,
that was certainly true. I do hate the first one.
There you go.
That doesn't mean I have to like the second one more. There's just not a ton going on. It's literally just not a ton going on.
I disagree. Listeners, I recommend this film. I think this is a fun 90 minutes and change. I think it's good. You can smoke some weed and watch it. It's not going to ask too much of you. Get a snack.
You can take out your Venice Beach bong.
I did that, obviously.
You can smoke some weed out of your Venice Beach bong and go, hey, there's LA. Hell yeah. Well, that's the Italian Job 2003. Milo, where can the people find you?
Oh, you can find me on all of the social media. If you're on a social media thing, I'm on that thing. My name is Milo Edwards. Please come and see my work in progress shows. Berlin, 18th of July. Fucking Manchester, 22nd of July. Newcastle, 30th of July. Edinburgh, 31st of July to the 4th of August. And I've got a taping in London on the 27th of September. Those are my major dates. MiloEdwards.co.uk.
Milo is an extremely funny stand-up comedian. Listeners, highly recommended.
Thank you. Yeah, scientifically proven.
We've never scummed Milo, but I guess we could.
Yeah. The misogyny score was particularly disappointing.
What's the new show called that you're taping?
I'm taping Sentimental, which is a show from 2023. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, should be fun.
All right. Well then, I think probably the gold has all been removed from November's house by now. My dodgy gas inspector has just texted me saying that they have now successfully loaded that all into 3 Mini Coopers. So that'll
big
be
minis at this point. Though these
driving
are like just
it, huge
minis.
Club minis.
It's being driven to Glasgow Central Station even as we speak. So I better go and get ready to receive all my gold. And spend it on a lovely house in Hollywood Hills. Thank you very much for joining us. This has been another fantastic episode of Kill James Bond. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening to yet another episode of Kill James Bond. In 2 weeks' time on the free feed, the next episode is Top Copy. But if that is simply too long for you to wait, then next week on the patreon.com/killjamesbond, all one word, just Abby and November are talking about Constantine. I'm not on that one, just because of the way that things worked out. And speaking, of course, of our beautiful patrons, special thanks to our £15 and above patrons, and those are Lo Bjornsdotter, Candy Fox, Freya Aloysius, Gustavo Lira, Elspeth Hunt, Jordan Gammy, Nick Boris, Mike Berg, Hannah Oberhardt, Brooks on Jara Country, Devon's Advocate and Satan's Secretary, George Rohak. Oh, I'm so sick while I'm recording this, by the way. You could probably really tell. Canada will remember Devon's Promise, Drone Lover, Yarrick, Live Free or Cry, Melody Morrow Gonzalez, Labor de Lenda Est, Library Hitman, Top O, Trip, Jack Drummond, Maxica Maynhard, Vinifera, L Memory. Devon, you have to say my name. I paid for the right tier this time. Oh, a name that betrays a whole history, but I've been completely unaware of. L Memory, I'm saying your name this time, my darling. Fuck AFD, yeah, that's right. Rhododendron, that's fucking right. Athena The, Danielle Williams, Molly Powerslide, Ashley, Elite Erin, K Maybe Okay, Staz, Science Daddy, Vita Brava, Anne Hedonia, Maeve Victoria Roth, just Shannon for now. Claire, Tim Welsh, Liz Rossi, Forrest L. Novell, Arizona Frog Strangler. I know there are curious gaps in my knowledge. Parasocial Butterfly, Penile Sparing Vaginoplasty, Penile Sparing Canadian Creature, some sort of silly Canadian creature, the remake of The Vixen Job, Crush Hazard, Saturday's Claire. I'm not reading that. Lady Houndstooth, Robert De Niro in Heat and I'm Not Apologizing, Chris Roth, Gil the Gilded Dragon, Claire Baker, A Trans Robot, Cakedon, Sisyphus Hypno, Joyous Uwu, Gender Swap Podcast, Tori's a Useless Lesbian. I don't know. You're probably so useful to so many people. Annie Ruby, aka Big J Wetsky, Anya Top, Meat Popsicle, Finn Ross, Cayenne Belladonna, Defiant Gender Disaster, Devon Needs to Stop Being So Sexy. I don't feel sexy right now. I feel bunged up. Cosmic Parking Lot, Gay_Rat, Krista Swisher, Daniel, Britain, April the Fool, Commander Freddy, Slut Kevin, Anya Shenanigans, Lady Ariane, Rope Trick, Clarification, Clairvoyance, Julia Coke, Obsidian Polymer, Alex, Casquatch, Noblesse Oblahai, Sing Shen, Liz and Ash at the University of Florida, Wolfscott, John 2089, Isopod Gal, Delta Echo Victor, the Duck Whisperer, Wolfie is normal, Philippa Smith, normal again, Al Irving, Cariad, Josh Simmons, Abigail, Loz Pycock, Pandora, HJ Magpie, Mistress Angela Ailis, Turfs Eat Shit and Die Alone, Lauren Baston, Misidentified Lemon, Blew the Bloody Doors Off, Talkative Tiger, Emily, Queen of Sloths, The Modern Trans Girl and Ebert, Zoe Shepherd, Cassandra, Robert Greensmith, Armored Contempt, Valeria Beneficia, Local Lesbian Bogwitch, and Meryl is not a vampire. Thank you all so much for the support. Kill James Bond is usually November, Abigail, and Devon. Our producer is always the wonderful Miss Snape Thay. Our podcast art is this season by John DeLuca. Our website is always by Tom Allen. And I will see you next time.